Hey guys, this is your girl Dion Sanford, aka Coach D, and this is day 5 of my 30-day social media video series. And today we're going to be talking about the importance of goal setting. Okay, so come on, let's get started. Now, let's talk about it. The importance of setting clear goals and specific goals for your real estate business. Now, how many of you guys know that this is going to be very, very important as you move forward in your real estate business and your real estate career? You definitely need to talk about or set clear and specific goals, and we're going to talk about that. Okay, guys, so we're talking about goal setting. Now, setting goals in your real estate business is essential for providing direction, motivation, measurable accountability, strategic planning, personal and professional growth, and effective prioritization. So it sets the foundation for success and helps you to navigate your competitive real estate market with purpose and intention. So, what does that mean for you when you're talking about goal setting? We know that it's definitely important that we have some type of direction when we're deciding what type of goals that we're setting for our real estate business. And when we have those direction and putting together with the direction of where you want to go and how you want to take your real estate business. Now that's going to be important because you don't want to be out there striving for something that you don't really know what your goals are. So setting those goals will help you definitely get that direction. Now, motivation. What motivates you in your real estate business? What drives you? What makes you want to be successful in your business? You got to make sure that you have that goal for the things, and make sure that you're writing down the things that motivate you. What is your why, guys? Why are you doing what you're doing? Make sure that your goals are measurable, right? You want to make sure that whatever you put down is something that you can reach. And it's very important that you do that because you don't want to have unrealistic goals out there, right? So it's important that you have something that you can reach and make sure that they're measurable. Now, accountability. Accountability is real key. Now, if you don't have anybody that can help you be accountable, you have to be able to be accountable for yourself. And so you want to make sure that you hold yourself to that high standard and make sure that you are trying to do everything that's necessary so that you can meet your goals. So make sure that you have that accountability for yourself. Now, consider having somebody to hold you accountable, right? Maybe getting a partner that you can work with and letting them know, okay, these are the things that I'm supposed to be doing. Um, can you make sure or reach out to me, keep contact with each other? Let's make sure that we are being accountable and make sure that we are reaching the goals that we're trying to reach, right? Strategic planning. What type of strategy do you have about reaching the goals that you want to reach, right? You definitely need to have a strategy, guys. You don't want to go in all willy nilly, right? And not knowing what your plan is. What are you trying to do? How are you going to do it, guys? We need to map these things out. So it's very important that we do that. And goal setting is one of the things that can help us. Personal and professional growth. Listen, when you're setting goals, it definitely will help you with developing yourself for your business, right? Things that you haven't thought about, things that you need to do, you need to change, and things that you may decide that, okay, this is one thing that I was doing before and it may not necessarily work. So these things help you with your personal life and your professional growth. It's going to help you grow, right? And so that's very important that we always have that growth in mind. Effective prioritization. Guys, we want to make sure that we prioritize what we're trying to do. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that as we go through this. And then it also sets your foundation for success. So, setting goals is going to give you that foundation. And remember, guys, we always need to know anything that we're doing, we need to develop a foundation of it, right? And so, having that foundation is going to help you to lead to success. So, make sure that you are developing these things, and all of this is part of your goal setting, okay? And then think about it. It's going to help you to be competitive in your real estate business. So be purposeful and have intention behind everything that you are doing, and that's going to help you drive your success in your real estate business. So make sure that you are setting those goals that you need to do to accomplish what you're trying to accomplish. All right, so now we're talking about defining your vision. Okay, so let's talk about defining your vision. So, defining your vision provides clarity of purpose, motivation, goal alignment, guiding principle, attracting opportunity, strategic planning, personal fulfillment, and it also sets the foundation for a purposeful, driven, and successful real estate business. So, defining your vision, guys, is going to be something that you want to do. What is the vision behind your company? What do you see your company going, or you as an individual with your real estate business going in the next 10 years, right? So you got to have a vision. Where do you want to be? Do you want to be a top producing agent? You may be someone that's wanting to go into investment. What does that look like for you guys? You have to define it and make sure that it's a clear vision with purpose. What's the purpose behind your business? So, guys, it always starts with the motivation. And all of that aligns with your why, and we always talk about that, right? Why are you doing what you're doing? But when we talked about like your goal setting and things like that, all of this stuff comes together, and it's very important that you understand that when you have that direction for yourself, it gives you that clear view of what it is that you want to do and how you're going to achieve those things, right? So, also give you an opportunity to have that personal fulfillment, because when you reach those goals and it directs you to the vision that you're trying to reach for your business, guys, this will give you so much. It just make you feel so good about what it is that you're doing when you're doing something for yourself, and then you achieve those goals and you have already visualized where it is and what it is that you want to be, and you reach that. That's a whole nother feeling, right? So again, making sure it all falls back down to that foundation and have a purpose of what you're trying to do, guys, and this will definitely help you to make sure that you have a successful business, and that's what we're trying, and that's what our ultimate goal is, right? All right, guys. So we're going to talk about now setting smart goals. Wow, this is going to be a good one. Smart goals is definitely something we got to do. So let's get started. All right. So our SMART goals, SMART. The SMART framework helps you to set your goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time bound, increasing your chance of success, providing a clear roadmap for your real estate business. So, how many of you guys actually heard about SMART goals before, right? So we want to make sure that we break that down for you. So let's talk about it. So the S is specific. So when you're talking about specific, you want to make sure that your goals are clear and specific. Define what you want to achieve, right? In precise terms, you want to make sure that you are really clearing out what it is that you want. You want to be specific with that. So, for example, like setting a goal like increase sales, right? A specific goal would be to increase your sale by maybe 15% in the next quarter, right? So that gives you a specific goal. Now, the next thing is measurable. So, measurable, you want to ensure that your goals are measurable, guys. Now, how do you do that? So, you want to track your progress and determine when you are going to achieve them. So, make sure that you give yourself a timeline on that. Okay, this is my progress. What am I getting? When am I actually going to achieve the goals that I'm doing, right? For instance, maybe acquire 10 new clients per month. Is that measurable, right? Um, or is it not? You got to make sure that it's something that is possible for you to be able to do, right? The next one we're going to talk about is achievable. So you want to set that realistic and attainable in your capabilities and what you're able to do, right? So you got to make sure that what you're trying to do is achievable. Now, I know that, we always think that there's a lot that we can do, but realistic, guys, you got to think realistically, what can I actually achieve, right? So consider maybe having feasible and practical goals for yourself, right? And so this will help you to challenge yourself, but also make sure that your goals are in your reach. And that is going to be very important. So when you're thinking about that, just say, for example, if you're currently closing 2 deals a month, right? Aiming to close maybe 20 deals a month may not be realistic, guys, because come on, how many people are going to be able to close 20 deals every single month? Now it's a possibility if you get yourself a team and all that stuff and structure, it's possibility you guys can do that together. But individually, is that something that you can obtain, right? Um, so 2 deals may sound a little bit better than 20 deals within a month. So making sure that it's realistic, okay? Next one is relevant. You want to align your goals with your overall objectives and with your content or your real estate business, right? So you want to make sure that you are aligning it. Ensure that your goals are relevant, and make sure that you have a desire for the outcome. Ain't that something? A desire for the outcome, guys. You got to make sure that you have that. What are you trying to do, right? So it's important that you contribute to your own success. Okay. So I just think a lot of times that when we're could jump into something, that we don't really make sure that we are setting things to ensure that our goals are relevant. So make sure that we are doing that. And again, you want to make sure that you have a significant vision. All right. So make sure that you do that. Next one is time bound. You want to really set a specific time frame or a deadline for achieving your goals, right? So again, we talked about that a little bit earlier, but it's important that you do that. And then that helps you to be able to measure whether or not your goals that you have are obtainable. So making sure that you set a time. And then also too with that, guys, it gives you a sense of urgency. When you set a time, it makes you feel like, okay, I gotta hurry up, I gotta get it done. I gotta get it done for myself. Because if you don't have a time, guys, it's almost like, okay, I have a goal, but I don't know when I'm gonna reach that goal. Like, does that really make sense? You want to make sure that you know what your goal is when you're trying to reach it. What are you going to do to reach those things? So these things are important. So think about that. Okay. So instead of saying that you want to increase like your lead conversion or a time bound goal, maybe you want to increase lead conversion rate by 10%, right? So you're actually giving a realistic, okay, this is what I want to do it by, right? And then say maybe within the next 3 months. So that gives you an idea of how that works. So some example of, let's just say, smart, realistic goals for real estate, right? So for your real estate business, maybe consider like generate 50 qualified leads per month. Um, and then you're going to say, how are you going to do that? So maybe through online advertisement or social media campaigns, um, through partnerships that you can connect with. So that's just an example of a smart goal. And maybe you can say that you're going to close 3 to 4 high-end properties within the next quarter, right? And then you give it, say, outline and how much you're going to make in commission. So maybe you can say $100,000 per deal or something like that. So give yourself some goals that you can do on how that you can actually do those things. So um, remember, again, like we talked about, the SMART goals is going to help you. It's going to help you a lot in your real estate business. So just make sure that you understand and you're implementing these things. Long goals versus short goals. Let's talk about it. All right, guys. So we're done. You're going to talk about some long term versus short term goals. Okay. And so we're through the halfway mark. I hope you guys are still sticking here with us, guys. Let's get through this, right? So this is very important that we understand these things. So let's talk about it. So by combining your long term and short term goal, you benefit from having a clear vision and a purpose, staying motivated, strategic planning, persistence, focus, immediate progress, right? course correction, momentum, accountability, flexibility, and adaptability. Both types of goals work together to drive you to success in your real estate business. All right, so let's talk about this. You got your long term, as you can see, we put down here. This is just two examples of it, but this is, we're going to talk a little bit about the difference between the longer versus your short term goals. Okay, so let's think about this. So vision and purpose. Your long term goal is going to help you to define your vision and purpose in your real estate business. Okay, so when you think about this, right, you want to have a clear sense of direction, and you want to help to establish a roadmap for your future. So those things are going to be important. Motivation and inspiration. So long term goals are also a source for the motivation and inspiration. So they give you a meaningful work that you can work towards, and then challenge yourself during those challenging times, right? So it's going to help you keep focused and look at the bigger fit, the bigger picture. Okay, so think about that when we're talking about your long-term goals. So, we mentioned strategic planning. So your long-term goal is going to help you to be strategic when you're talking about planning out what it is that you need to do. So you're going to identify the steps, maybe your resources, and strategically what you need to do to achieve your goals, your ultimate goals, right? So simply by maybe aligning your actions with your long-term goal, so this inform you to have a decision and maybe a purposeful action. Okay, so think about being persistent. Long-term goal cultivate persistence, right, and resilience. So I mean, this is like what you can do to sustain effort and dedication, um, and this is like over for an extended period of time. So just think about that. By setting your long-term goals, you'll develop the ability to overcome obstacles, right? And anything that maybe setbacks that you have within your business. So long-term goal is a lot. I think that it's going to help set you to drive you to where you want to be in your business. So make sure that when you're doing your long-term goal, you consider those things, right? And so we're going to briefly talk about short-term goals. So when you think about your short-term goals, you want to make sure that you are focused on the immediate, right? Immediate progress. So what are short-term goals? You want to provide, they're going to basically provide you with a sense of focus. Um, and then what your immediate progress is, right? So you want to break down the long-term goals into like a smaller goal, something measurable, so that it can help you be consistent when you progress. So you want to achieve short-term goals and provide to make sure that it provides you with a sense of accomplishment. So make sure you're dividing up those long-term goals and putting them into short-term goals, so that'll help you to keep you motivated. Okay, so these are just some things that I want you to think about when you're putting together your long-term and your short-term goals. Okay, let's talk about goal prioritization. So think about this. We talked about how, defining your vision. Then we just talked about setting smart goals, and then long term versus short term. So we want to make sure that we are talking about your goal, how to prioritize your goals. All right, so this is what we're going to jump into. All right, so let's talk about the tips on prioritizing your goals. So, effective prioritization involves aligning your goal with your vision, assessing urgency and importance, evaluating impact and value, considering resources and constraints, break goals into a smaller task, regular review, and reassessment, time blocking, and scheduling, seeking feedback and guidance, and learning to say no. So, by applying these tips, you can prioritize your goals strategically and make progress towards your desired outcome. Now, guys, listen, these are just some tips that you can do when you talk about prioritizing your goal, but a couple of things that I want to key point and hit on, because saying no or learning how to say no to other things that are not going to help you and be income producing, or things that's going to help assist you to get to your goals, guys. We got to learn how to say no. We got to learn how to be straightforward and know what our goal is and say, okay, this is what I'm trying to do. So I'm not going to be able to do these things and not feel bad about that. Right. So that's number one. You got to make sure that you're doing that. And then also, making sure that you're assessing your urgency and what's important. So those are the number one thing, right? Making sure that you're doing those things, because whatever is important to helping you reach your goal, you want to make sure that you prioritize them things, right? What's going to impact and bring value to your business? What are the things that you have in place that are going to do these things? So again, making sure that you are clear on what are the most important things that you want to tackle in your business, and then what are they going to do for your business, right? Are they going to help you reach your goal? um, and make sure that those things are done first, because setting priority over everything, because in the real estate business there's so much things that we can do, so you definitely want to prioritize the things that are going to make the best impact to your business. Okay, so now we're on breaking down goals and actionable steps. All right, so when you're breaking down goals into actionable steps, it involves defining specific tasks, prioritization, setting deadlines, determining resources, breaking down complex tasks, assigning responsibilities, setting milestones, identifying dependencies, creating a timeline, monitoring progress, celebrating milestones, and staying flexible. So by following the steps, you can create a clear roadmap for achieving your goals and ensure steady progress towards your completion. So think about this when you're breaking down your goals, right? You definitely want to make sure that when you're breaking down those goals, you assign responsibilities, right? So if you have somebody that's assisting you, you want to make sure that you are assigning those responsibilities, because even if you have like a virtual assistant or TC, right? Those are things that you don't have to do. That you can have somebody else to do them for you. So having somebody in place to be able to assign things to can help you be able to be or push your business to another level, right? So you want to focus on the things that are producing, being productive for your business. So assigning responsibility, you may want to consider having a VA or a TC in place that you can do that, right? So identifying dependencies. That's going to be important with your business too. There's so many different things that you can do when you're talking about breaking down your goals, but making sure that you are, prioritize what you're doing, guys. Setting the deadlines. So all of this stuff is almost around the same point, but the whole thing is that when you are doing things, you need to do them in the right steps. And so it all kind of aligns itself together. So make sure that when you're doing and you're breaking down your goals, you're setting a milestone in place, and then make sure you're monitoring your progress. Like, are you reaching the goals that you're trying to do? So there's so many things that you need to do when we're talking about breaking down your goals, but make sure that you are doing these things that we just listed above. Okay, guys, we are almost done. I hope you're still hanging in there with me. All right, so let's talk about tracking measurable goals. All right, so now we're talking about measurable goals. So, by establishing a clear matrix, setting baselines and target values, regularly monitoring progress, tracking milestone, analyzing data, making adjustments, communicating progress, staying accountable, and celebrating success. You can effectively track and manage your measurable goals. So, this allows you to stay on track, make informed decisions, and achieve the desired outcome. So let's talk about this. So when you're establishing a clear matrix, you want to make sure that you define specific matrix or indicators that you can use to measure your progress and your goals. So make sure that you have an example. So, for example, if your goal is to increase sales, the matrix could be revenue generated, right? Or the number of units sold. So, set a baseline and a target value. When you do that, you're going to basically determine the starting point of the baseline and the value, and then it's going to be for the chosen matrix that you decide, right? All right, so this will serve as like a reference point for tracking your progress. And then you want to regularly monitor your progress, right? So continuously tracking and monitor the matrix can establish like a baseline and a target value. So have a system. You want to make sure you're implementing a system that allows you to collect and analyze data. So that's going to be helpful to your business when you're tracking um, and seeing, analyzing everything that you're doing, right? So you may need like some type of software, spreadsheet, or something that you can use, some type of tracking to record and organize the necessary information that you have. So just consider using those things. Maybe track your key milestone, break down the measurable goals and the key milestone, and then provide checkpoints along the way. So those are things that you can do. Make sure that you analyze your data, right? Collect the data that you got, the insight that you have of your progress. So look for your trends and patterns or area of improvement that you need to have. So think about that. Maybe compare your actual results with your baseline and target value. So this may help to determine if you need to adjust anything. So that's, something that you should be able to consider. And so when you make your adjustments, any adjustments that are necessary, you want to make sure that you base it on the data that you have, right? And then based on that, you want to make your adjustments and then have an action in place. So that's, something that you can do. Communicate and review. You want to regularly maybe communicate the progress of your goals, and then maybe provide updates and reports that you may have. So some type of update and reports for yourself that you can highlight, what you achieve, what has been your challenges that you have, and then maybe what your next steps are. All right. So that's something that you need to consider. And then maybe you got to stay accountable, hold yourself accountable for the progress and the goals that you're trying to reach, right? So make sure that you are doing those things, and then celebrate your milestones, success, anything that you're doing. You need to celebrate yourself, right? So a lot of times when I do something, I may just go take myself out and get something that I haven't gotten in a long time, right? I'm gonna celebrate. It could be the little things. Maybe I'm gonna go get an ice cream that I love, or something like that. Just make sure that you celebrate the things that you are doing. And guys, this is going to make you feel so much better, and it's going to help you to keep track and keep focused with your goals. All right, so we're talking about overcoming obstacles and staying motivated. Man, are y'all with me? This is a good one. We know we got to talk about that. Okay, so how to overcome obstacles and staying focused. So, overcoming obstacles and staying focused, motivated is a journey, right? Embrace challenges, seek support, set a clear goal, maintain a positive mindset, celebrate your progress along the way. By staying resilient and focused, you can overcome obstacles and achieve your goal with determination and motivation. Guys, so listen, right? Staying focused and motivated is going to be so very important when we're talking about making sure that we are overcoming obstacles in our business, right? All right, so you got to make sure that you have the right mindset, and you want to make sure you have some type of strategies in place that can help navigate you through difficult times, and then make sure that you want to have something in place that's going to help you to motivate, to keep your motivation, right? So think about this. Shift your perspective, right? View obstacles as an opportunity to grow and learn instead of making sure that they are seeing them as setbacks or anything like that. You want to make sure that you are seeing them as stepping stones towards your goal, what you're trying to reach. So that's going to be very important. Try to embrace the challenges, guys. This is a valuable experience. You can learn from this. This helps to strengthen your skills, right? You want to make sure that you are clearly defining your goals and break them down. We talked about that, right? We talked about smallable, actionable things that you can do. And so that still goes along with making sure that you are um, able to get through the challenges that you have, right? Because you're having these things in place. um you want to make sure you have a positive mindset, guys. I'm telling you, I did a video on mindset because mindset is so very important, especially when you're trying to making sure that you're operating your business and focusing on the challenges that you have to get through, right? So positive mindset helps to, focus on a solution rather than focusing on a problem, right? So train yourself to see that, any setbacks you have, they are temporary, and you're going to just treat them as a learning experience. It is what it is. You learn from it. You're going to have setbacks. No matter what it is that you do, you're going to have things that you have to be able to get around. So when you sit and dwell on things that are negative, guys, that helps you do what? Absolutely nothing. You got to make sure that you're focusing on the positive on it, right? So this is going to help me. I'm learning. I got to learn this, and I know not to do this anymore, right? And make sure that you're surrounding yourself by positive people, guys. You do not want to have the negative people around you that's not going to help you. You want to make sure you have people that's going to help to influence you. And then you want to make sure that somebody's going to help motivate you. So you want to do that, right? Um, if you have somebody out there that can support you or guide you, you may want to consider having mentor or coaches, somebody that want to coach you. Of course, like me, Coach D. Okay, make sure you're having like-minded individual guys who understand what you're going through, your journey. When you have people that are around you guys that they don't understand what it is that you're going through, they can't even imagine why you're putting in so much work, right? Especially if you got somebody who's just like focused, 9 to 5, don't have to do anything extra, don't have to work late over and things like that. Those type of things, guys, they can't really understand what we're dealing with, right? Not that they're just trying to be negative, but sometimes that comes out. So you got to make sure you do that. And then in reality, guys, you want to continue to any little milestone that you do, like we said, celebrate yourself, do something for yourself to help sure that you are keeping your mind where it is. And then try to stay persistent with everything that you're doing. Stay persistent with learning everything that you need to do within your business. All right, guys. So yeah, just let's embrace our challenges, um, and make sure that you are knowing and understanding that you will overcome anything that comes in your way for your business, guys, and keep that positive mindset in place. All right, so now we're going to talk about adjusting and revising your goals. So, after we've already set our goals and we started trying to see what is going to be effective with our goals, now we're going to talk about what we need to do when we're adjusting and revising our goals. All right, adjusting and revising your goals is a natural part of the goal setting process. By reflecting on progress, evaluating relevance and obtainability, seeking feedback, breaking goals into smaller steps, modifying your time frame, communicating changes, tracking progress, staying flexible, and adapting as needed. You can ensure that your goals remain meaningful, achievable, and aligned with your evolving circumstances and aspiration, guys. So let's talk about it. So when we're talking about adjusting and revising goals, right? So this is something that you want to make sure that you're doing all the time, because this is going to be important. Everything that you put down in your goals as you're going through the process of um, working through and your strategies and things, of course, those things are going to change. So we want to make sure that we are reevaluating so that we can adjust those goals, to make sure that, anything that we're doing is not suitable. So we're going to talk about it. So let's talk about what you need to do. So the first thing you want to do is reflect on your current progress. Okay, so you want to take the time out to reflect on your current progress, whether your goals are still aligned with what you're trying to do with your vision and your objectives, right? So you want to make sure that um, everything is still the same. You may not, your goals now may not align with what you're starting off with. So let's just say, for example, if you decide that I wanted to be a buyer's agent originally, right? And I'm going to close so many deals, let's just say 10 deals within 3 months. And that's your goal. And then let's just say you start working with buyers and you decide, okay, this is not going to work for me. I can't work with these buyers. It's not going to work for me. So now I got to reevaluate what I'm doing. I don't no longer want to work with buyers. I want to focus on sellers. I want to focus on investors. So this is where, those things are going to change for you. So evaluate your goal relevancy and determine if your goal is still relevant to your personal and professional aspirations. So you want to make sure that you can continue to hold value and contribute your overall success to what you're doing, right? So if the goal is no longer relevant, then you may want to necessarily revise it or replace it with something else that's going to be more relevant to your business. So that's going to be very, very important. And we talked about, just making sure that you have your goals broken into small steps. So this helps you, because if your goal feels like it's overwhelming or challenging, when you're breaking them down into small steps, then it helps to be more manageable. So make sure that you consider doing these things, and you may want to modify your time frame. When you gave yourself a time frame and maybe your deadlines, maybe that was not enough time to be able to reach the goal that you're trying to do. So make sure that you're modifying these things, and set the goals that you think that you will be able to do within that time frame. So make sure that it's realistic again, guys, because now that you're working on it, at some point it was realistic, or you thought it was realistic, but now you get in there, you're doing what you're doing on your goal, and you see that, oh my God, these are not realistically. I'm gonna have to push this date out some more. So these are the things that you want to do. You got to make sure that you're doing these things, so it's okay. And then even if you are on track with some of your goals, um, and you reach where you want to reach with your goals. So you still want to make sure that you see the things what are working and what's not working for you. So it's going to make a difference, guys, because you don't want to continue to do things in your business that's not working and not going to be um, bring you the outcome that you're looking for. All right. So these are the things that you want to do. Just remember, again, adjusting and revising your goals, right? This is something that you need to do throughout the process to be able to get your business, or to be able to be successful in what you're trying to do and reaching your goals and your vision. All right, so now we're talking about celebrating your milestones and your achievements. So remember, celebrate milestones and achievements is not only about recognizing the end result, but also appreciating the efforts, the dedication, and the growth that led to success. So find ways to acknowledge and honor the milestone. Reach both big and small, as they serve as an important milestone on your journey to your success. So, again, guys, once you accomplish things that you're doing, guys, any little thing that you're doing, remember celebrating those milestones and achievement is very important, right? So it can help to boost your morale. to help to recognize what your progress is. What are you doing, right? So you want to be positive and have a positive mindset. So here are some things that you can possibly do, like maybe share your news, celebrate your milestone, go on social media, guys. Social media is big. We want to be connected on social media. Go on there and celebrate yourself, celebrate your milestone. And people love to see that. People want to celebrate with you. If you don't always have people that don't want to be excited about what you're doing, right? They see you out there reaching your goals and they want to see you have people that want you to win. You want to celebrate that. So send it out, guys. Go and do a video, post it on social media. Maybe send out an email to people, your past clients, your somebody that's working with you, your team. Um, Send out an email letting them know, what the success is, right? Or you don't have to go all into detail, but let's just celebrate you and what you're trying to do. So, being that you have reached even just a little bit of goal, guys, that's important. And then you'd be surprised how many people want to utilize you when you're open and giving, just open, because they can see your personality and they can relate to you. So those are things you want to do. Maybe award yourself, right? Give yourself a certificate or a trophy. Ain't nothing wrong with that, because you are reaching and you celebrate that. Show that, hey, I reached my milestone. So this is what I'm doing for myself, right? So present yourself an award. Oh, and it would even be nice if you did something for you. Get a little small group of people that support you together, and then you get together and you celebrate, you enjoy, guys. Nothing's wrong with that. And then you'd be surprised how many people will support you, right? Past clients, get your past clients together and say, hey, this is something that I did, and if it wasn't for you guys being a part of trusting in me, that I wouldn't be able to reach this goal. So I want you to celebrate with me. And guess what, guys? They will possibly, and most of the time, refer more business to you because they feel and understand what you're doing and they support you. So listen, it's just so many ways that you can do this to make this work for you. So I just tell you guys to be creative. Just understand that this is a business that you're going to have ups and downs, but you just got to keep pushing, guys. Keep pushing, never give up on anything. So you got to make sure that you're doing these things for yourself, guys, to make you feel the best that you can feel. That will also help to motivate you to keep going and to reach your next success. Okay, guys, we are at the end. So thank you guys so very much for sticking with me. I hope you guys learned something. Drop in the chat. Give me some heart. Give me some love. Let me know what you guys think about this training. I really appreciate getting some feedback from you guys. Make sure that you like, comment, and share this video, guys. If you learned even one thing, there's something on here that somebody else may be able to learn. So again, like, comment, share. Follow me on social media. If you have any coaching needs, go to Coach D Coaching, guys. I have so many programs, so many things that is set up for you. There are free training on there and some group coaching, one-on-one coaching, guys. Everything that you need to be successful in your real estate business.